Hi, everyone. My name's Britton Klein, Ad Sales Manager, and welcome to this week's edition of Marketing Minutes by Scuba Diving Industry Magazine.
And I'm William Klein, publisher, and thanks for watching this series. This is a new series. We're about 8 or 10 into it so far, where we interview retailers with best practices. So if you are a retailer out there and you'd like to come on this show, please reach out to Britton or I. We'd love to have you on the show. Who do we have with us today?
So just to jump right into today we have our own Brooke Speedy, manager of our friend's dive shop, Tom Laird's Underwater Service in Muncie, Indiana. So Brooke, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me here, you guys.
Well, thanks for coming on. Brooke and Tom Leard have written quite a bit for us. In fact, I think we're up to 4 articles. You penned the last one yourself, Brooke, which was on dive travel and how it works so well for dive shops in terms of building loyalty and keeping people busy in the wintertime. So thank you for those great articles. I'm going to challenge you right now in front of the whole world. We need more. So let's dig in, Britton. It's going to be a great interview.
That's right. So Brooke, just to dive right in, could you tell us a little bit about your journey to where you got to where you're at now, where you're located, and maybe a little bit about the size of the operation?
Yeah, so I'm the manager here now at Tom Leard's Underwater Service, and my dive journey and kind of journey with this dive center started here about 15 years ago. I was a freshman at Ball State University, and I found out that I could scuba dive and get college credit for it.
Wow.
So I jumped in on that opportunity, and after the class declared a scuba minor, which Ball State was the only university actually in the nation at the time that had an aquatics minor.
Wow.
And I just thought that was so
That's
random
cool,
here
yeah.
in
Totally.
Muncie, Indiana.
Totally.
So as a part of that minor, there was an internship involved, and that's how I ended up here at the dive center.
Wow.
And I absolutely fell in love with it. Tom, he created such an awesome environment for learning, and it just kind of lit the fire or water, I guess, inside my veins.
And we're actually looking at your shop right now in these videos.
Beautiful.
This is great.
Yeah, it's been here for 55 years, and I've been involved for about 15 or so of those. I took a little journey after graduation and helped some awesome dive shop owners in Nashville open some dive
Scuba
centers
Shack,
there.
right?
Yeah, Scuba Shack,
Scuba Shack.
Nashville, the Charnock brothers, and now Dan over there helping them. They run some awesome businesses, and I learned so much from them. And when I ended up back in Indiana helping Tom again, it just felt like I'd learned so much from this industry, and I was so excited. Another thing that's kind of unique about our dive center here is that we have a quarry down the road, Phillips Outdoor Center. It's a couple acres, and it goes down to 55 feet, and it's full of stuff that we've sunk over the years. So lots of boats down there. There's an airplane down there, and it's full of fish that
cool.
are our
Wow.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
What's the
amazing.
visibility like in, say, the spring or the fall versus summer or winter?
Yes. So it fluctuates a little bit. We've had a really good season this year. It's been pretty clear. Sometimes in the spring when it starts to get a little bit warmer, there's a few weeks of a little greener water, but then it usually clears up. And then of course everybody even loves winter diving. Around here, it's because it's super clear, crystal clear, all fall and winter over here. So
Wow.
we're pretty lucky to have that visibility.
That's very cool. So you have a huge depth of experience, obviously coming from the Scuba Shack in Nashville and then being there for 15 years, which is no small accomplishment. That's a huge amount of experience.
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about what you think you do really well there at your dive center for other retailers to learn from.
Yeah. Well, one thing that Tom has really done, and I've tried to do wherever I go, is build a strong community. So we've got, of course, local dive clubs. We have a lot more local public safety dive teams than some people would think here in the Midwest.
And this is the quarry we're looking at right now, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Phillips
Wow.
Outdoor Center.
Very cool.
That quarry, we've trained a lot of public safety dive teams there, lots of college students, and then lots of community members. This past summer, I started a buddy matchmaking endeavor where we were trying to promote a lot more local diving, and it was been pretty successful. We have a Facebook group and a few group chats, and we've had people come from different states this summer looking for a dive
That's
buddy, and
pretty
we've
cool.
found,
Wow,
yeah, we found a lot of locals that were always ready to dive, whether it's the weekend or during the week. So
that's awesome.
building communities, especially here in the Midwest, is something we do really well and are proud of.
So how deep is that
Um,
platform we were just looking at there that you could see?
yeah, that platform's at about 15 feet.
Wow, you can see 15 foot of it. Now, was that
Not bad
shot
at all.
recently? Because I noticed the trees are all turning.
Yeah, that was a couple falls ago.
Oh, a couple falls, but same time of year though.
Yeah.
That's great. Sorry,
Yep.
continue. Which is fascinating.
Yeah. And so another thing that I feel like we've done really well and that has kept us kind of thriving over this long 55 years is our college programming. I'm maybe a little biased because that's how I got involved in all of this. But through our college courses at Ball State, it kind of started out as just an open class, open water class, and it grew into offering advanced and dive rescue classes. And then with the addition of the scuba minor, we added that internship. And it's just, I think, made a lot of difference for a bunch of younger professionals that are looking for something to do. And so I'm really thankful that we're able to have that college program and kind of grow it.
Yeah, Tom,
Totally.
actually, you guys wrote an article all about mentorship. As I
That's right.
recall, that was very popular. Great article.
Right.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, for that. Could you tell us a little bit about your 7-week open water
Yeah,
course?
that's
I've
fascinating.
heard how successful it's been with selling gear and continuing education. Well,
Yeah. So we have always believed in that 7-week course. We feel like divers just learn all that they need to know with that exposure to not just classroom time, but more time in the pool.
mhm,
And I like to think of it as the scientific method of scuba. So some people can learn quicker than others, but if you break it down and expand it into that 7 weeks, then by the end of it, it doesn't matter how comfortable you were at the beginning. At the end, everybody's at the same level and they're just comfortable enough to go on and continue their dive journey after that.
totally. Well, that's a great philosophy.
That really is. So, obviously you've done a lot of things really well, and I loved your article you wrote on the travel programs, how important they are for retailers, and
That's right.
I would love to dig a little bit more into that maybe if we have time later. But what are some things that you would like to see changed or expanded in the future if you could wave your magic dive wand?
Yeah. So we've being kind of active for this 55 years, we've grown a lot, but we're always looking for new things to do. So just today, Tom was out at the quarry. We're doing some projects out there to kind of expand the land space so that we have more room for divers to get ready.
Wow.
We're hoping to add another dock out there at the quarry so that there's more space for people to get in and out easier. And we do that thanks to the help of our Eagle Scouts in the area. So Tom has always been heavily involved with scouting, and they're always looking for cool activities to kind of sink their teeth into. And so we're lucky enough to kind of work with them and build that relationship. So there's some changes happening out there at the quarry.
That's
Wow.
very cool.
That's amazing.
So we're going to bring back up the photo that has the all the articles that you wrote for us. I want to ask you a couple of questions specifically about these 4 articles. One, you delved into group travel, and I know you have a lot of experience because I happened to be in Bonaire one year when Scuba Shack had 55 people on a trip, and it was over the course of 2 or 3 different weeks. I don't remember how it broke down at Captain Don's. And I mean, obviously, you guys do a very robust trip there because I've seen Tom in Nassau, Bahamas when I happened to be there once.
Right.
So, I mean, I know you go all over. Talk to us a little bit about how you integrate your travel program into keeping your divers active, especially during those off-season months when it's just plain cold. Maybe clear, but it's cold.
That's right.
Yes, so I have found over the years that after people get certified, they're always looking for reasons to dive, and dive travel is a big part of that. It not only helps keep students active, but it helps the dive centers kind of through the, as you would say, colder seasons sometimes.
Right.
And so it is really a win-win for everybody because the divers are getting more experience. The trip leaders, sometimes those are your instructors, they're getting more experience working with divers in new environments. And then the shop is expanding that community, and then of course making some profit off of stuff that people buy for the trips. And it's the perfect solution to a lot of problems that sometimes arise throughout the season.
Well,
Totally.
that's amazing. I'm going to also do a little quick commercial. Brooke is running for the DEMA board of directors.
That's right.
She's running against Pat Hammer, which is a really difficult because they're both equally qualified. So give your support to Brooke because she happens to be on the show today, right?
That's right.
But Pat's one of our good friends too. He's been on the shows as well in the past. So get out and vote. The board voting starts just before the DEMA show, and you can vote at the DEMA show, which is about 30 days away. And we are going to see you there. Now, I'm going to challenge you and Tom to come by our booth because what do we do at the show, Brenton?
We are taking marketing minutes actually on the road. So on the show floor, we'll have all of our equipment, all of our mics, geared up and ready to talk to some of these folks out here.
Yeah, we did, I think, 16 or 17 shows at the Long Beach show in just 2 days. So
That's right.
we're hoping to kind of get a bunch of interviews there. And we'd love to we're going to do a live segment every day, basically, from the show. So who's our next guest on this series?
That's right. So our next guest in this new series is going to be our own Tet Clark of Scuba Guru Academy. Now, he's a great writer, an awesome podcast host, and he also does a lot of training-related projects in this industry.
He's a cool dude. He's done some stuff for Dan and all kinds of other people in the industry.
That's right.
So that's going to wrap us up. Remember, you can watch all these shows and look at all our back issues on scubadivingindustry.com.
That's right.
So we're going to see you all next in Orlando, aren't we?
That's right.
Thanks
That's
again,
right.
Brooke. Say hi to Tom for us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.